My dear friends, it is my honor and pleasure to speak to you today about the biggest risk in life, which is not taking one at all. I want to challenge you to consider the power of taking risks and the tremendous rewards that await those who do. Imagine for a moment that you are on a roller coaster. You feel the rush of the wind on your face as you speed towards the first drop. You can't help but feel a little afraid, but you know that the thrill of the ride is worth it. Life is like a roller coaster, and the biggest risk you can take is not getting on. Sure, you might avoid the initial fear, but you also miss out on the excitement and joy that come with living life to the fullest. Now you might be thinking, but taking risks is dangerous. What if I fail? Well, my friends, failure is just an opportunity to learn and grow. Without taking risks, you'll never know what you're truly capable of. You'll never experience the thrill of achieving something you once thought was impossible. Despite this, many people shy away from risks. They are afraid of the unknown, of what might happen if they try something new or take a chance. But think about it. If you never take a risk, you'll never know what might have been. You'll never know if you could have been happier, more fulfilled, or more successful. Instead, you'll be left with regret and wondering, what if? However, taking risks doesn't mean being reckless or careless. It means being strategic and thoughtful about the risks you take. On the contrary, calculated risks can lead to incredible rewards, both professionally and personally. You might find yourself on a new career path that brings you greater fulfillment, or you might discover a new hobby that enriches your life in unexpected ways. On the other hand, not taking risks can lead to stagnation and complacency. Fundamentally, humans are wired to seek out new experiences and challenges. A significant concern is that we often allow fear to hold us back from taking the very risks that will help us grow and flourish. Let's return to the roller coaster analogy for a moment. Imagine you're at the top of the first drop, looking down. You feel a sense of fear and uncertainty, but you also feel alive and invigorated. You know that the rush of the ride is just moments away. You can't wait to see what's in store. Now imagine you never got on the ride. You'd never know what you missed out on. You'd never experience the thrill and excitement of the ride. On the contrary, taking risks is what makes life worth living. It's what gives us purpose and fulfillment. It's what separates the doers from the dreamers. Now let's consider for a moment what life would be like if we never took any risks. We would never learn anything new, never experience anything different, and never grow as individuals. What kind of life is that? However, I know that taking risks can be scary. It can be downright terrifying. But here's the thing. Fear is a natural part of life. It's how we deal with that fear that truly matters. Nonetheless, we can't ignore the fact that failure is a possibility when we take risks. But failure is not the end. It's merely a stepping stone on the path to success. It's a chance to learn from our mistakes, grow stronger, and keep moving forward. We must also remember that every successful person has taken risks. Every successful entrepreneur, athlete, and artist has faced obstacles and failures along the way. But they didn't let those setbacks stop them. They kept going, kept pushing, and eventually, they achieved their dreams. As we briefly spoke earlier, taking risks is not just about achieving success. It's about growth, learning, and discovery. When you take a risk, you challenge yourself to step out of your comfort zone and try something new. You develop new skills, gain new insights, and build resilience in the face of adversity. Even if the outcome isn't what you hoped for, you can still learn from the experience and apply those lessons to future endeavors. Let's go back to the roller coaster for one final analogy. Think about the feeling you have when the ride is over. You're filled with a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. You've conquered your fears and come out the other side stronger and more confident. That feeling of satisfaction and accomplishment is what awaits you when you take risks in life. Do you recall when I mentioned that failure is just an opportunity to learn and grow? It's true. Every time you take a risk and fall short of your goal, you have the chance to learn from your mistakes and do better next time. You become more resilient, more adaptable, and more confident in your abilities. So, I challenge you to take a risk today. It doesn't have to be a big one, just something that pushes you out of your comfort zone. It could be signing up for a new class, starting a new project, or even just talking to someone new. I would say, taking risks is about stepping outside of our comfort zones and embracing the unknown. It's about being willing to fail in order to succeed. It's about having the courage to chase after our dreams, no matter how big or small. A major issue is that many people don't believe in themselves. They think that they are not capable of achieving their goals or that they don't deserve success. But let me tell you something. You are capable, and you do deserve success. You just have to be willing to go after it. Let's return to my own story for a moment. After years of being told that I wasn't good enough, I finally decided to take a risk and pursue my dream of becoming a motivational speaker. And you know what? It was the best decision I ever made. I may not have had all the answers, but I had the courage to try, and that's what made all the difference. As we briefly spoke earlier, fear is a natural part of life. We can't avoid it, but we can choose how we respond to it. We can choose to let fear hold us back, or we can choose to push through it and take a risk. Let's revisit the idea of failure for a moment. Failure is not the end. It's merely a detour on the road to success. It's an opportunity to learn from our mistakes, grow stronger, and keep pushing forward. So what are you waiting for? What's holding you back? Fear, doubt. Let me tell you something. Fear and doubt are just illusions. They're not real. They're just thoughts in your head. But you know what is real? Your potential, your dreams, your goals, and the only way to make them a reality is to take a risk. Now go out there and show the world what you're made of. Take that risk and become the best version of yourself. Thank you.